a week ago today is when I got back from my LA Hexico tour. And something happened on the last day that kind of put a stain on my entire trip, which was otherwise a really good trip. Somebody in the Pulse Chain community took things too far, as they're known to do. And I know they're known to do it because I've known this guy for 21 years. It's probably going to be a surprise to a lot of you that I've known this guy for so long. We met in 2004, and it was 4th of July weekend. And my sister went to college in Southern California and brought a bunch of people up for the holiday weekend. And I'm hanging out with I'm in high school. I'm hanging out with my buddies in my friend's parents' backyard, and we're throwing water balloons at cars, which it's 4th of July. I have no idea why we're playing with water balloons, but that's what we were doing. And so we had the system worked out where if a car would pass on this street, we had it timed where we could hit the cars on this street. So a car passes, and we count down 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's a big fence. We would throw them over the fence, and this was like 30, 40 feet. And this time, every balloon nailed this car, and it screeched to a halt in a way that just shocked us all, because we had this false sense of security that since they can't see us and we can't see them, that they won't come after us. And this particular day shattered that illusion. And so the guy screeches to a halt, gets out of his car, and we could just hear, "You fuckers, where are you?" And so we panic, we're scattering, and there's 3 of us. Paul and I end up making it to the shed, and the shed is packed full of stuff, and only 2 of us fit. And we could hear the guy coming. He's almost around the corner, and Dash just panics and lays down on the ground, not hidden. He just, in panic mode, just lays down, kind of like a possum thing. But around the corner comes this guy. He has a pink polo on, popped collar, blonde, gel spiked hair. And at the time, I would probably explain this guy as a giant douchebag, and still I would probably explain this guy as the same thing. He's a giant douchebag. Anyway, Dash jukes him, runs out into the street. All 3 of us are super fast, like athletic guys. Like, we could run circles around this guy. And he's yelling at Dash, and Dash is outrunning him. And Paul and I ended up walking out there because he's slowing down, and he ends up stopping and just putting his hands on his knees and projectile vomits in the street. I've never seen anything like this. He was vomiting entire deviled eggs, like unchewed deviled eggs. There was like 7 of them. It was really like unbelievable. But after he vomits, it like kind of like seems like it takes all his energy out of him, and he kind of just like mumbling at us, walks to his car and like drives off. And we on foot like follow him. It's kind of a small neighborhood, and we see where he parks, and he ends up parking in front of my family's home, and he goes in there. He goes into my house. And so I put 2 and 2 together that it must be one of my sister's California buddies. And anyway, his approach to us, we didn't take kindly to his aggressiveness. So we went back and filled up a bunch of water balloons and went to my house and there was a barbecue that they were having in the backyard, a bunch of drunk college kids. And we bombed the ever living shit out of this guy in my backyard. We mainly hit him, but we just like obliterated him. Obliterated this food table. Just bombed the hell out of this thing. And we ran off, and that was that for the afternoon. Unbelievably, nobody ever blamed me for that. He never said anything. I still don't know why, because eventually we intersected and he realized I'm my sister's little brother and he's staying at my family's house. Maybe, who knows why he didn't say anything. So naturally, I'm gonna avoid this situation. I'm not spending much time there. Like, this was a contentious, weird situation with this guy. So I'm lighting fireworks, throwing water balloons, whatever I'm doing. It's 4th of July weekend, and I'm playing with water balloons. Anyway, late in the night, like 10 o'clock, I come back and I go in my room, and my video camera, which at the time, it's 2004, my video camera was this giant box, like brick, with a flip-out screen, a tape. We use tapes, and a big red record button. And my camera's moved. And in the past, my sister had, without my permission, taken my camera and recorded over some things I was filming, which immediately that's where I jumped to. And so I go and start rewinding my footage, which I was in the middle of reviewing some footage for a movie I was making. And sure enough, she did it again. And so I'm redline pissed off. I'm so mad, and I'm all the way at the beginning, and now I find where they start filming, and I'm just watching it fuming. And I'm going through this footage, and I'm just so pissed. But it develops into okay. All right. The guy that you all know as Slime Whale, I know as Reese. He fucked my sister. He filmed over my movie, fucked my sister, and I watched it. I know this guy as pink polo, deviled egg vomiting, sister fucker. What I ended up doing is nothing. I put a chicken heart under his driver's seat before he went back down to California. It took him 2 weeks to find it, and they had the nerve to try and get mad at me about it, and that did not go over well. Anyway, that's 2004. I found out Slime Whale was pink polo, deviled egg vomiting, sister fucker Reese sometime last year. And I just tried to avoid him. But this guy has like this really disarming, charming way to him. And it has been so long. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. We memed. We've had some fun. And so he kept trying to get me to go while I'm down there, go to this jiu-jitsu gym. He wanted me to go to this gym, which I've been interested in jiu-jitsu for a while, but I just didn't want to go hang out with sister fucker. But anyway, I'm hanging out with Left House, and it's my very last day. We end up going to this thing, and so Slimewell's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. His coach or trainer or professor or whatever you want to call him, Scott, is a 4-time black belt in jiu-jitsu and a student of Eddie Bravo. So this is the real deal. And I am untrained guy off the street, and they lured me into this gym under the premise of they're just going to show me some moves, and I'm interested in jiu-jitsu, so I was into it. And I don't know, I literally don't even know what caused him to do this, but he mauled me. He fucking mauled me. It's the most unprofessional, like, you guys, like, when you're a black belt, there's some responsibility to this shit. And you fucking knocked me out, bro. And I'm telling everybody, I almost didn't tell anybody this. But I'm releasing that footage tomorrow. I'm releasing the footage. All I have to say is, fuck you, Slimewell.